Hare Krishna. This morning we will discuss verse 31 from chapter 8, canto 1, prayers of Queen Kunti. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Cheva Narottanam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jamudirayat Nastabesya Bhatvesu Nityam Bhagavata Sevya Bhagavatu Tamastoke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. Gopyadade Tvaikrittagasitamitavad Yate dasasra kalilanjana sambramaksam Bhaktam niniyam bhayabhavavan bhavanaya stitasya samam vimohayatibhir apiyat vibheti. Word for word translation. Gopi, the coward lady, Yasoda, Adade took up Tvai on your Ketagasi, creating disturbances by breaking the butter pot. Dama, rope, Tavat, at that time, Ya, that which, Te, your, Dasa, situation, Asro Kalila, overflooded with tears, Anjana, ointment, Sambrama, perturbed, Aksam, eyes, Vaktram, face, Niniya, downwards, Bhayabhavanaya, by thoughts of fear, Stitasya, of the situation, Sa, that, Mam, me, Vimohayati, bewilders, Biyapi, even fear personified, Yat, whom, Bibeti, is afraid. Translation and purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. So Queen Kunti is addressing Lord Krishna. My dear Krishna, Yasoda took up a rope to bind you when you committed an offense, and your perturbed eyes overflooded with tears, which washed the mascara from your eyes. And you were afraid, though fear personified is afraid of you. This sight is bewildering to me. Purport. Here is another explanation of the bewilderment created by the pastimes of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is the Supreme in all circumstances, as already explained. Here is a specific example of the Lord's being the Supreme Lord, the Supreme, and at the same time a plating in the presence of his pure devotee. The Lord's pure devotee renders service unto the Lord out of unalloyed love only. And while discharging such devotional service, the pure devotee forgets the position of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord also accepts the loving service of his devotees more relishably when the service is rendered spontaneously out of pure affection, without anything of reverential admiration. Generally, the Lord is worshipped by the devotees in a reverential attitude, but the Lord is meticulously pleased when the devotee, out of pure affection and love, considers the love to be less important than himself. The Lord's pastimes in the original abode of Goloka, Vrindavan, are exchanged in that spirit. The friends of Krishna consider him one of them. They do not consider him to be of referential importance. The parents of the Lord, who are all pure devotees, consider him a child only. The Lord accepts the chastisements of the parents more cheerfully than the prayers of the Vedic hymns. Similarly, he accepts the reproaches of his fiancés more palatably than the Vedic hymns. When Lord Krishna was present in this material world to manifest his eternal pastimes of the transcendental realm of Goloka Vrindavan as an attraction for the people in general, he displayed a unique picture of subordination before his foster mother, Yasoda. The Lord, in his naturally childish, playful activities, used to spoil the stock butter of Mother Yasoda by breaking the pots and distributing the contents of his friends and playmates, including the celebrated monkeys of Vrindavan, who took advantage of the Lord's munificence. Mother Yasoda saw this, and out of pure love, she wanted to make a show of punishment of her transcendental child. She took a rope and threatened the Lord that she would tie him up, as is generally done in ordinary household. Seeing the rope in the hands of Mother Yasoda, the Lord bowed down his head and began to weep just like a child, and tears rolled down his cheeks, washing off the black ointment smeared about his beautiful eyes. The picture of the Lord is adorned by Kunti Devi because she is conscious of the Lord's supreme position. He is feared of him by fear personified, yet he is afraid of his mother, who wants to punish him just in an ordinary manner. That Kunti was conscious of the exalted position of Krishna, whereas Yasoda was not. Therefore, Yasoda's position was more exalted than Kunti's. Mother Yasoda got the Lord as her child, and the Lord made her forget altogether that her child was the Lord himself. If Mother Yasoda had been conscious of the exalted position of the Lord, she would certainly have hesitated to punish the Lord. But she was made to forget this situation because the Lord wanted to make complete gesture of childishness before the affectionate Yasoda. This exchange of love between the mother and the son was performed in a natural way, and Kunti, remembering the scene, was bewildered, and she could do nothing but praise the transcendental maternal love. Indirectly, Mother Yasoda is praised for her unique position of love, for she could control even the all-powerful Lord as her beloved child. Verse again. My dear Krishna, Yasoda took up the rope to bind you when you committed an offense, and your perturbed eyes overflooded with tears which washed the mascara from your eyes. And you were afraid. Thou, fear personified, is afraid of you. This sight is bewildering to me. Om Jnana Timandasya Jananja Shanaka Chakshun Militam Yena Tasmai Shigurave Namah Chitchetanyamanopistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swamrupakadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shiyuda Padakamanam Shigum Vaishnavam Sa Chirupam Jagajatam Sakamaganatam Vitam Tam Sachivam Sadvaitam Sabadhutam Parjanasaitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagalita Shivshakam Tamsa. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jyatpati Gopi Shakopka Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate. Tapta Kanchana Gauri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabham Sutidevi Pranamama Hari Priye Pankha Kalpa Visha Kripa Sanvaivasa Patnam Pavanabhyo Vaishnabhyo Namo Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavin Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vistaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namini. Namaste Saraswata Devi Gauravani Pracharani Nirvishesha Srinyavadi Paskachani Visatani Srila Prabhupada Ki. So Queen Kunti, she is offering her prayers. She is declaring the supreme glory of Vrindavan. So she appreciated how Krishna always protected her children in the previous verses. That when something threatens us, we become afraid. That many things we do are instinctively motivated by fear. So, what is fear personified? That so Krishna killed Marichi, Mustika, the Keshi demon, Aghasur, so many others that but this was great strength Lord Krishna showed. But that here Queen Kunti's appreciation is not for Krishna's great strength, but rather for his weakness. And what is this weakness? She describes here the exchange of love Krishna had with his devotees and how he became helplessly a plaything in the hands of his devotee. So if we remember this increases our affection for Krishna. That is factually the highest yogic power, the greatest power to control Krishna. It's not all these yoga siddhis who gets powers in this temporary material world. But Krishna's most intimate supreme power is when he subordinates himself before his devotee. That is his charm, that is his sweetness, appearing as a child. So the devotees of Vrindavan, they have surpassed everything by loving Krishna. They put all other considerations aside. So that is the quality the most important for us to adore in the life of another. That's of course Krishna reciprocates with us. He eradicates our misconceptions from our heart. And we may able to do so many things in devotional service, but ultimately that the devotees will recognize our spirit of devotion. So the substance of this devotion is real affection. Affection shared among devotees. Goswami describes these 6 loving exchanges. So that is a feature most prominent in Lord Krishna's pastimes. That appreciating and loving other devotees. We have seen in Lord Chaitanya's pastime, Gopal Chakravarti, who blasphemed Srivas. He wanted to dishonor him and put all paraphernalia for worship of Durga before his door. And when Srivas in the morning saw that, all this paraphernalia before his door, he said, yes, I'm such a low fallen person. That he presented himself as such. But Gopal Chakravarti, after blaspheming Srivas, he got leprosy. And then he begged Lord Chaitanya for forgiveness, but Lord Chaitanya said, yeah, nothing I can do. You have offended Srivas. But then when Gopal Chakravarti became humble and begged forgiveness from Srivas, Lord Chaitanya took away the leprosy and gave him affection. He forgave him and gave him bhakti. So that is the greatest gift of Lord Chaitanya, this affectional exchange between the Lord and his devotees, and between the devotees of one another. And that is the greatest power, the power of affection of bhakti. So that we must always keep in the front of our mind. We need to develop Vaishnava relationships and feel affection and compassion for the conditioned souls. And if this affection, shared affection, that will diminish our anxieties. So the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord is our home. But to create this atmosphere with each other, we need a sphere of detachment, giving up our I and mine. When our agenda is selflessly motivated, then there is conflict, there is disturbance. That Srila Prabhupada, wherever he went, he created this Vaikuntha atmosphere. So this is our greatest duty towards the Lord, is to create this atmosphere at home, in the temple. So Krishna devotion is our real life. So make this attraction available to all devotees, and then all living beings we should take this atmosphere with us wherever and share it with whoever we meet. Unless we have higher relationship with the Lord and his devotees, we cannot give up our attachment to the body. By creating these affectionate relationships, then this can take place. Affectionate means trying to please the Lord and the devotees. We can try to practice this on whatever level we are. And then we are protected. The formula is given to us by Lord Chaitanya, Trinata, Vishnechna, Torah, Visheshna, Amanana, Managana, Kirtanya, Sudari. We chant the holy names of Krishna. in a humble way and tolerate. Tolerance in relationship is important. And give up all sense of honor, and give all honor to others. So, but by aspiring for this, that we will get realization and the spiritual world will be revealed to us. So this is the path of devotion. And Lord Chaitanya gave this to us, that by this love we can conquer Krishna. We can also conquer devotees. We can conquer each other by this love. But this love attracts Krishna. That in the nectar of devotion, there Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Rupa Goswami describes six characteristics of pure devotion. That, and the last one, the sixth one, is realized when we develop love for Krishna. Krishna Karsini. That bhakti, this devotion, attracts Krishna. It attracts everyone. That, but especially this devotional service attracts Krishna. And the one who attracts Krishna the most is Radharani. And she's called Madan Mohan, Mohini, the attractor of Krishna. She can even attract Krishna. She's the attractor of Cupid. Cupid. That's. So we, of course, if we make an effort to maintain our wives, children, friends, well, as the attraction of this material world becomes deeper and deeper. We should avoid being attracted by the glitter of this material world, but try to become attracted to Krishna. That, so we try to develop this love for Krishna, but it means trying to perform devotional service means following this in the footsteps of Srimati Radharani and the devotees in Vrindavan. That if we try to follow them, we put ourselves under the care of Srimati Radharani. That because devotional service is not an activity of this material world, it's directly under the control of Radharani. That it's said in Bhagavad Gita that Mahatmas to Mamprata Devi Prakriti Ashrita. Devi Prakriti, that's the eternal energy, Radharani. The Mahatmas, the great souls, take shelter of this eternal energy. That, and by that we come under the control of this internal spiritual potency of Krishna. And this devotional service attracts Krishna himself. That, so in the seventh canto of the Bhagavatam, there Narada Muni tells Yudhishthira Maharaj about the pure devotion of Prahlad Maharaj in his character. And Yudhishthira Maharaj was appreciating the qualities of Prahlad, that, but he was thinking himself, I'm nothing. I'm not yet a devotee. But Narada Muni said, you are the most fortunate people in the world. The Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared on this planet and is presenting him to you as an ordinary human being. He's always with you in all circumstances. He's living with you and covering himself from the eyes of others. Others cannot understand that he is the Supreme Lord, but he's still living with you as your cousin, as your friend, and even as your messenger. Therefore, you must know that nobody in this world is more fortunate than you. So this were the words of Narada Muni to Yudhishthira Maharaj. That, Also, Arjuna in the 11th chapter of the Gita, when Krishna showed his universal form and his four-armed form, and then back his two-armed form, Krishna said, Arjuna said to Krishna, I must have shown this disrespectful to you. I must have been disrespectful to you. After you called my friends, we were eating together, sleeping on the same bed. That although Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he remains in the association of these royal brothers, the Pandavas, being attracted by their devotion, by their friendship, by their love. So that is a proof how great his devotional services. It can even attract the Supreme Personality of God. But people who are not in devotional service cannot never understand the greatness of this devotional service to the Supreme Lord. So yes, but how to develop this love? We have heard that by associating with the devotee, with the eternal devotee in Vrindavan, we can learn this love. How to do that in practice. When Lord Chaitanya was in South India, he was staying at the house of a Kurma Brahman during the Chaturmasya, 4 months. He was staying there. And after 4 months, he wanted to continue his travel, Lord Chaitanya. And Kurma Brahman said to Lord Chaitanya, I want to go with you. I've become too much attached to you. I must go with you. And Lord Chaitanya said, no, you should stay with your family, chant Hare Krishna, and discuss the Bhagavatam. And then he spoke this verse. This is a verse from 10th Canto, chapter 14, the bewildering pastimes of Lord Brahma. It was the last chapter Prabhupada commented on. And he quotes this verse, Yane prayasam upalpasya namanta eva jivanti sanmukaritam bhavati avaktam stane stita shruti katam tanavan manobir ye prayaso chichachita pyastai stridokam. Those who, even while remaining situated in their established social positions, throw away the process of speculative knowledge and with their body, words, and minds offer their respect to the descriptions of your personality and activities, dedicating their lives to these narrations, which are vibrated by you personally and by your pure devotees, certainly conquer your lordship, although you are otherwise unconquerable by anyone within the 3 worlds. So we see with pure devotion, one can conquer the Supreme Lord. Lord Chaitanya said it, you just to develop this love and attract Krishna. You just stay at home, you chant Hare Krishna, and you discuss the Bhagavatam constantly. And then and then you dedicate your life to these narrations, then that is strong. It must be our guideline, these scriptures, Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. And then we, by dedicating our lives to these narrations, we associate with the devotees of Vrindavan and the pure devotees like the Pandavas and so on. And by that, we learn how to develop this love. We become affected by it. That's the good affection. And then we can gradually conquer Krishna by our love and conquer other devotees also by our love. That this pure love attracts devotees. That attracts everyone. This love. That so therefore we should at all costs prevent to criticize other devotees, appreciating them, glorifying them, serving them with love. Thank you very much. Are there any comments or questions?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. No, just a comment. Thank you very much, Maharaj, for explaining this nicely. Very much appreciated.
Any questions? Okay, I hope this was inspiring for you, and I wish you all a beautiful.
Yes, Maharaj. So, not related, Maharaj. If you have a couple of minutes, then now next week or in few days we have Janmashtami. So, what would be your guidance to all of us? What should, like, how we can build our mood towards Janmashtami and Srila Prabhupada Vyasa Puja Memorial Day?
Well, I'm also trying to do that. For the moment, I'm reading Krishna, the Livre de Krishna. It's in French. Reading in French. I've been reading the first chapter, the appearance, of Lord Krishna. And then now the prayers of the demigods. So I'm reading the first 3 chapters. Prabhupada instructed us on Janmashtami we should read Krishna book. Many temples they do. The devotees come together, and one devotee reads a few paragraphs, and the next devotee reads. And for 2 hours or 3 hours, we read Krishna book on Janmashtami. Very nice. We don't have to give deep explanations or big lectures. Just read Krishna book. Prabhupada is preaching the Krishna book. And that's very nice. So I will meet with Janmashtami. I will be in the center of Brussels on Sunday and speak about what I'm reading for 1 hour. And then the next day, that's the factual Janmashtami day. I will also be in Brussels. We will have Abhishek and so on. And we'll also, and I will give a lecture on glorifying all the qualities of Lord Krishna and his reasons for his appearance. Hearing about Krishna on these days are important. So that we can dedicate our life to his service. That we become attracted to this service when we realize who Krishna is, and that is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam and in Krishna book and in Bhagavad Gita. That yes, we make it a happy day. That not in the service of our senses, but in the service of hearing about Krishna. That's most important on that day. I hope that helps.
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So then there are no further questions. That please try to develop these nice Vaishnava relationships with each other, and you will live in Vaikuntha. That's what Srila Prabhupada said in this purport. Thank you very much. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Haribo.
Hare Krishna.